said yesterday we're going to talk about the book of Al-Usul al-Thalathin, which is 3 fundamental principles. This book was made by Imam Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab. He was born about 300 or 250, about 300 years ago. Was born in the Arabian Peninsula back in the days. And subhanAllah, he went and seeked knowledge from all over. And he was focused in his da'wah, in his way, upon the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the sunnah of Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. All he focused upon, قال الله وقال رسول. قال الله وقال رسول. That's all what he did. So nothing else, nothing added to it. Was so many innovation in the Arabia at that time, and he really tried to revive the sunnah back again. As Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentioned in the hadith, there's every 100 years, there's a man come to revive the sunnah. Every 100 years, this is authentic hadith by the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, every 100 years, a man comes to revive the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and he really was affected by the school of Imam Ibn Taymiyyah and Imam Ibn al-Qayyim. Those are great imams in the history of Islam from people of the Sunnah. And subhanAllah, Allah had benefited the people and the Ummah with his knowledge so much. And he had made quite a few books, very simple, subhanAllah. His books, very simple, like booklets, 15, 20 pages, 30 pages, very small books, right? And subhanAllah, and when the ulama started explaining their books, hundreds of pages. And the book, for example, one of the most famous books of his was Kitab al-Tawheed, the book of Tawheed, the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This book was translated to 21 languages, all over the place. And the thing is, subhanAllah, was in a way, people don't like, a lot of people don't like his method for one reason. Because if something is not upon the book of Allah and the sunnah of Rasulullah, he rejects it. Give me a dalil. What is that? Give me a dalil. Then he takes it. That Rasulullah said that. There's ayah in the Quran says that. Or there's the Sahabi have done something similar to that. So all based upon the book of Allah and the sunnah of Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Those are the 3 fundamental principles which is talking about the situation of the people in the grave. The mu'min, the kafir, the hypocrites. Alright? So all this talking about then what's going to happen, because there's a fitna or trial, everyone going to go through it in this life and in the grave. And the fitna of the grave was talking about this book, which is when the angels come to you and to me and to the people who are dead already, they come to them, they ask them the 3 questions. And we know the question. Who's your Madin, what's your religion? And what about the man who was sent to you? I mean, who is your prophet? And Muslim, the mu'min, will say immediately, Allah is my Lord. And Islam is my deen. And Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he's my prophet. But the one who had doubt in his heart, am I upon the truth or not? Am I upon the right deen, the right path or not? Or the kafir, he would say, I have no idea. I don't know. Who's your Lord? I don't know who to say. Even in the dunya, he said, my Lord is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but in the here and there, he wouldn't know because he did not practice that, subhanAllah. So, subhanAllah, for this, he said, the Sheikh, rahimahullah, Sheikh Muhammad al-Wahhab said, we have to learn 4 things. 4 things we have to learn what it is. Said this as an introduction to his book. He said, "I'lam rahimakallah." You should know, may Allah have mercy upon you. And يجب علينا, it must upon us to learn 4 masail. 4 things we must learn. He said, the first thing, al-ilm, the knowledge, to know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to know His Prophet, to know His deen, to know the Islam. We must know what it is, as we're going to go and explain. Second message, al-amal. Al-amal means to do according to what you know. You know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you know the deen Islam, so you work according to what you know. Now we know, so you work on it. The third thing, to invite to the people for what you have learned. So you know things about Islam, you need to teach and invite the others to this. Whether Muslims, the ones who don't know, or non-Muslims. Every opportunity you get in this life, invite people. Don't be shy. Anytime, don't be shy. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala placed acceptance. There's so many people, arrogant, giants, celebrities, they embrace Islam. For one thing, try and make the sincere intention to invite one time. One time. Remember, if you are the reason for someone to be invited to change or to embrace Islam, it's better than all the never received. If you did, you have delivered the message. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَمَا عَلَى الرَّسُولِ الْبَلَاغُ. Messenger have to deliver only. Then, so number 3, to invite to the deen, to what you have learned. And subhanAllah, the thing is, when you teach what you have learned and you practice what you have learned, that knowledge will remember. You're never going to forget this knowledge. By teaching it, and or just telling someone about it, inform someone, or practicing that knowledge, then you always going to remember it. Number 4, as-sabr, to be patient. Patient because when you invite to the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you're going to be harmed somehow. You're going to be issues with some people. People, they might going to like you, people, they're going to mock you, people are going to say things about you, subhanAllah. And Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, as we're going to come, we'll see how much hardship he had to go through. And he said, the dalil. Why he's saying this? Look at this Imam how said, Imam Hamdullah, he said this, we must know these 4 things. And he said the dalil for this, the proof, said, wal asri. Allah make an oath, wal asr. What does asr mean, Umar? Wal asr mean by the time. Allah make an oath with the time. Wal asr. Inna al-insana lafi khusr. He said, man and lost. Allah make an oath. And just so one thing here. Allah can make an oath with anything He has created. He said, وَالنَّجْمِ وَالشَّمْسِ وَاللَّيْلِ, by the sun, by the night, by the moon, by the team, the figs and the owls. He made an oath. Allah can make an oath with His creation, but us, we're not allowed to make an oath, but by saying by Allah. We're not allowed to say by the Prophet, by our father's life, by mother's life, by my children's life. It's all shirk. Rasulullah said, whoever made an oath with others beside Allah, he have committed shirk. So only we say, Wallahi, uqsimu billah, and so on, something similar. And he said, now Allah said, wal asri, I don't want to get to answers, wal asr. By the time, al-insan, the man, and lost. So the dalil, the proof for what he's saying here, we need to learn and to work according to that, invite and to be patient. He said, except for, so everyone lost, except for إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. First one, those who believe. وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. And did righteously. وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ. They enjoy the truth upon each other. Meaning they fight for the good and for the evil. And وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ, and they were patient. So the 4 things. Man and lost except those 4 categories. The one who believed, did righteous, and they enjoyed the good. And the last thing is, and they were patient. So Imam Shafi'i rahimahullah says, Wallahi, if Allah revealed this surah only, which is this the shortest surah of the Quran, will be sufficient for us. Sufficient for us. Because he said in this ayah Allah what we're supposed to do. I believe that the righteous, the tawassul, recommend the good, the truth for one another, and the last thing, to be patient, subhanAllah. So, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, فَعْلَمْ, the standard dalil, فَعْلَمْ أَنَّهُ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ. Know first. You should have the knowledge. Then you say La ilaha illallah, then astaghfir, wastaghfir. This ayah in the Quran, فَعْلَمْ أَنَّهُ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ وَاسْتَغْفِرْ. You should know. Learn the meaning of La ilaha illallah. We said the other day the conditions of La ilaha illallah. First one of them, the knowledge, to know what you're saying. Make sense? Then he said, فَعْلَمْ, learn, وَاسْتَغْفِرْ, then ask Allah for forgiveness. So we need, before say La ilaha illallah, you should know what La ilaha illallah means. Like we said, if someone calls someone to the street, doesn't know what La ilaha illallah, would he become Muslim? For saying without knowing what it is to me? Wouldn't be, because he needs to know. Then, so the knowledge before the state is stated and so on. So the first one here, this is the correction, the ilm. Al-ilm, the knowledge, which is to know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So how are you going to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? You need to know who's Allah. How are you going to worship someone you don't know? Make sense? You need to tell people who's Allah. In order for it to so you need to know who's Allah. And why do you worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? SubhanAllah. From day one, people didn't have messengers for a short period of time. They were looking for someone who's the creator. How did this thing happen? How's the sea? How's the waves? How the animals? How the trees grow? And so on. And subhanAllah, human nature always look for, they need God. They want something to worship. Like we said before, that's why they worship mice and snakes and cows. They want something superior. They worship idols, stones, subhanAllah. They want to be connected with something superior. So however, so the thing is, they're looking for how this dunya was created. By coincidence, by chance. So they want to find out what things, subhanAllah. But us, not only as the people of scriptures, Yahud, Jews, and Christian, and Muslim, by the grace of Allah, Allah have sent messengers and prophets to tell us about subhanahu wa ta'ala, that's Allah is the creator. And Allah supported those messengers and prophets with miracles. So they believe He's not lying. He's a divine. This is something, no one could strike the sea and become split in half. No one can put his hand this way, it becomes different color. So the miracles of Musa, the miracles of Ibrahim, the miracles of Isa, He brought people from death. So then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by His grace and mercy, He sent those messengers and prophets for us to know about Him. So now, the more you know about Allah, the better worshipper you're going to be. That's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, the one who fear Allah the most, this ayah in the Quran now, al-ulama, because they know Allah. There's different when someone literally totally doesn't know anything, when someone knows. This cannot be just like nothing. The more knowledge you have, the closer you are to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You know there's something behind. So the thing is, Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was the most knowledgeable person. Makes sense? Okay, the three men came, three young men. They came to his house and they asked about what the lifestyle of Rasul was. What does he do? So they told him, he prays sometimes, he prays at night, he goes to sleep. He fasts some days and he doesn't fast other days. And he does that, he gets married more than one wife. And subhanAllah said this, they belittle the action of Rasulullah. So Rasulullah heard him. And he says, subhanAllah, أَمَا إِنِّي لِلَّهِ أَتْقَاكُمْ. Oh, I know about Allah. There's another verse said, I know about Allah more than all of you. And at the same time, I'm the most pious. And the one who fear Allah the most. So the thing is, the more you know Allah, that's why Rasulullah was the best worshipper, because he knows about Allah subhanahu more than anyone else. One of the things. So he was the best worshipper because he knows about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the more you know about Allah, al-ilm, you know Allah al-Kabir, Allah al-Jabbar, Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most honorable. The more you know Allah is the creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the owner of heavens and earth, the one who owns everything, Allah capable and able to do all things, subhanAllah, then the fear starts. And your heart will be attached to Him. You love Him, subhanAllah. And however, the more you know, think about the bounties, the favors you live in, your health, your wealth, your family, your school, education, money, everything you have from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the more you know about this, that's Allah. Allah is the provider. Allah the one who gave us everything. Then, subhanAllah, then you start worshiping Allah more, because subhanAllah, Allah created us to love the one who's good to us. Don't imagine someone every day gives you some money. Someone good to you every single day. You're going to like that person. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you, and Allah giving you everything, subhanAllah. And the thing is, here, with knowledge, again, we worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in a perfect way, and by following the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is the knowledge. How did Rasulullah worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Like when the Shabbat, they told me, after dua, I wipe my face. I don't get anything Fine, probably he has good intention, definitely he does. But the moment you add to the deen anything, as we said before, as you're saying, even you're not saying it, you're not thinking about, you accuse the Rasul did not deliver the message, or you can have different way the Rasul or better way or something extra. Make sense? So how is that going to work? You cannot do it. It has to be his way, because I told him the shortest cut or the only way to get close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by following the sunnah of Rasul precisely. You cannot worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala different than Rasul. You might be sincere. Why? Definitely, the one who worship Allah, the innovators, they have sincerity. But the thing, sincerity doesn't work by itself. You have to be sincere and according to the sunnah of Rasul. So this knowing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and make you closer, then he said, Ma'rifat Nabihi, to know the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, to know what he have commandments to do, to know his akhlaq, his moral. How did he deal with his neighbor? How did he deal with the people, wives, children, and daughters, subhanAllah? And how did he talk? His lifestyle in general, all everything about Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We mentioned something yesterday, there's no one in the history of man, from the time of Adam till up to date, till the day of judgment, people will know about his life story more than Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, in details. We know how he used the bathroom. We know how he took a shower. We know how does he sleep. We know how he eats. We know what his favorite clothes, his favorite color we know. We know he walks the message with his right foot, leaves with his left foot. He goes to the bathroom with his left foot, leaves the bathroom with the right foot. What he said when he went to the bathroom, what he said when he left the bathroom. Would you know anything about the world, like something like this much details? Books about the seerah, books. You read Seerah al-Bisham, this book. I don't know how many they have, this book, this much. This one seerah. So no one knows how we need to know, and no one described even the way he looks. If it was halal to draw his picture, we are able to draw his picture how he looks exactly. But it's not halal. He was described precisely. How is his eyes, his face, his cheek, his beard, his hair, his body, shoulders, everything, his height. Everything described. He could be drawn exactly, but it's not halal to do, subhanAllah. So how did he deal with the young and the old? This is knowing the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. This is one of the Masail, and he said, Ma'rifat al-Islam. So we're going to do Ma'rifat al-Islam then, and to do according to that, then we start, inshallah. So to know Islam, what Islam? So we know the Islam, the pillars of Islam, the pillars of Iman, Salah, Siyam, and we know there's no other religion going to be accepted beside the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah said, whoever chooses a religion beside Islam will not be accepted, will be rejected, and he will be among the losers of the hereafter. And we started the ayat this morning, this Taraweeh, the one who said Allah, the Holy Spirit, and the Son, and the Father, they're kuffar. Because some people, they, in a way, Shah said they're kuffar. They are kuffar. And when you choose the religion beside Islam, they are kuffar. They thought that they say about you, you're kafir too. So we have to know. So know about Islam, and when you know about Islam, to work according to the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the thing is, when you know the things, the rules of Islam, you have to apply it. Otherwise it will be against you. Before you know, I don't know. But the moment you know about the rules, then you have to apply it. You have to implement it in your life. And subhanAllah, there's a statement made by a scholar who said, مَنْ عَمِلَ بِمَا يَعْلَمْ عَلَّمَهُ اللَّهُ مَا لَا يَعْلَمْ. Whoever work according to what he knows, Allah will guide him to think even he doesn't know. To be done right, subhanAllah. So, and Imam Ahmad and Sufyan al-Thawri said a beautiful statement. He said, every sunnah I learned about, I have applied it. Till I'm settled, till I know it. So subhanAllah, I never forget. Every sunnah I learned it, I have applied it in my life. Should we stop here? Good enough, you think? Too much information? Yeah. Because this is Aqidah, sometimes people get bored. So inshallah, let's stop right here, inshallah. We continue tomorrow. Okay. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.